Hey guys, Aleida here from Nerdshock, and I know I am pretty late when it comes to sharing my reaction to the announcement of Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity, the upcoming expansion. I planned on doing a video last week, but summer weather has kept me away from my computer for quite some time. So today I wanted to take a look at the blog post that was posted, last week with the full announcement, the trailer, and a bit of information on the official page for the expansion. Take a look at some of the goodies that come with pre-purchasing the new expansion, and also take a look at what we can kind of expect for the next weeks, what we can look forward to from ArenaNet before the new expansion finally drops on October 28th. So let's dive into the blog post first. If you are following Guild Wars 2 or ArenaNet on social media, you probably already saw, some of the icons of the elite specializations, the bingo card. But if you do not follow them on social media, you might have missed those. But as always, you can find a lot of information on the official website, guildwars2.com, under news, and just check in from time to time if you are interested, because, they're usually pretty good when it comes to all the information, so you don't have to kind of worry or are like, what are they actually doing? You can always find some of the news posted on their own website. So yeah, let's dive into the blog post. So today, which was last week, we're thrilled to announce our next expansion, Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity, and its release date. Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity launches on October 28th, 2025, and like the previous two expansions, will bring with it a year of story chapters and 3 major content updates. You can get an overview of what to expect from our 6th expansion on the official page, which we'll take a look at later, and we'll be sharing tons of additional details between now and launch. Okay, so let's check out the trailer first.
Whatever the Inquest are searching for, we need to find it first.
These fools have no idea the power that's buried here. The ley energies on Castoran flow in abundance. The wildlife is vicious. Finding the future requires exceptional vision. We will use every tool at our disposal. After this is done, they'll remember us forever.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And as always, at the end of the trailer, the different versions you can purchase of the expansion. So let's pause and yeah, let's go over the trailer again. I'll turn off the sound and kind of pause it at times that I want to kind of add some information. I won't be doing a whole deep dive and go like, oh, where will Castoran be? Or what are we seeing here? I'll just want to highlight some of the things that I found interesting, and then we can continue with the blog post. So let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So what I like is, when I saw this ship, I was like, yeah, big boat. And then I saw like Saida at a certain point, and I was like, yeah, I mean, with Basil the Wanderer, we're currently on our journey through Tyria, and we've just wrapped up Living World Season 4, where we, of course, meet Saida. And she helps us out also, fighting with the Inquest or the Awoken Inquest. And she has an airship, right? But she doesn't originally have an airship. She actually has a big boat, and that's the Dark Leviathan. And it was so cool because, you see it docked in Easton, but now, to see it in motion and actually, maybe en route to Castora and, in the water, I think that's really cool. And, Zeta looks pretty fly in her outfit as well. I actually don't know because she doesn't wear this during Living World Season 4. But I don't remember what she wears after that, to be very honest. So that's kind of bad. So, with Basil the Wanderer, we're in our own timeline with just wrapping up Living World Season 4. Of course, after that, there's still Icewood Saga, End of Dragons, and, I've just wrapped up Gentile Wilds. She isn't really in that story, so I haven't seen her for a while. So I don't really remember, right? But I love it that she's back. And here we can see a little Asura with quite an interesting outfit, giving very ritualistic vibes. And from what I understand, everyone thinks that's currently, the stand-in for the commander, the player character commander. So yeah, let's continue. Yeah, yeah, cool. Okay. And then, of course, the Castora Island with Isgaran. We see Isgaran again. And I'm really looking forward to, discovering, exploring the new flora and fauna of Castora. Some of the things look very familiar, while other things not. Would be interesting to see new monsters, the crabby monster, and oh, yeah, oh, look at that. It's just a quick glimpse, but that's definitely a skimmer with upgraded skills or upgraded abilities. So it's very interesting because in Secrets of the Obscure, we already got a sky skill upgrade that could spit out fireballs, and in Gentile Wilds, the whole Warclaw got a rework, and now it's time for the skimmer to get an upgrade. The skimmer already gets a bit of an upgrade after Living World Season 4, where you can get a skill that so you can not just hover over water, but also dive underwater, which is really cool. And I think it's really cool if we can use it to kind of that does kind of sound weird, right? Like, oh, I think it's cool if we can spit on enemies. Okay, but it does look like we can spit on our enemies in the next expansion. But I would also love it if it can move a bit quicker over land, because it's quite slow over when you just hover over land compared to water, which of course initially it was a skimmer, so you can travel faster over water. But I would love to see that as well. Okay, so moving on. Oh, yeah, what I also love about the trailer is that you can see glimpses of the new Elite Specialization. So the announcement trailer isn't as vague as for Secrets of the Obscure or maybe even Gentile Wilds. I think, of course, that's the big selling point. Well, one of the big selling points, of course, of the upcoming expansion, the new Elite Specializations. So it's cool that we already see some of the e-specs, and of course the environments, and yeah, Ridlock. After playing through Secrets of the Obscure, I thought it was refreshing seeing some meeting new people and in the game new casts. But after Gentile Wilds, I kind of miss the old crew, and it might sound a bit weird to say that, maybe because we've been playing through Living World Season 4 with Basil the Wanderer, while on my own playthrough I'm just doing wrapping up Gentile Wilds. I've already done that, but I kind of miss them. So seeing Ridlock, I'm quite happy about that. So moving on, and ooh, nice, like these raptors, tech raptors, cyber raptors. Not quite robot raptors, but still. And what will you sacrifice for power? Oh dear. Because we know, the Inquest they don't have any boundaries. They don't have any limits. They definitely are quite evil in their pursuit of knowledge. So, interesting question. And oh, the logo. The new logo is so cool. You know, the Gentle Wilds logo was already pretty awesome, but this, and it has that kind of startup sound of like PlayStation kind of vibey. So that's really cool. Okay, so we'll take a look at the additions later when we get to the official page. So for now, let's continue reading. So, adventure on an unknown island. Tyria's leaders are anxious about rumors of covert inquest voyages launched in search of Castoran, an island so remote that it's long been thought to be inaccessible, or even non-existent. The risks involved prevent all but the most tenacious, or perhaps foolhardy, of pursuers from investigating the inquest's plan. Your race to discover the inquest plot will lead you across 2 new open-world regions at launch, each filled with magical energies and strange creatures. 2 additional maps will open as the story continues over the course of a year. For Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity, we'll be releasing story chapters differently than we've done for the previous 2 expansions. To read about this and other insights, see our Guild Wars 2 Gentle Wilds retrospective blog from last week. So the TLDR is that we will not be getting those 2 maps and new story content in the first update after release, so after 3 months. They will only drop after 6 months, so in the second update, which when I first read that, I got a little scared, to be very honest, because I'm someone, I just play it for the story and for exploration. That's like my main drivers to play Guild Wars 2. And it's nice that like it's cool gameplay, but I love exploring and I love just following the story. So when they mentioned that they will drop a story content update with new maps it's like 6 months after the initial release of the new expansion, I got a bit like, oh dear, should I even be buying this new expansion when it drops? I mean, I kind of like my elite specs that I'm currently using, so how much is that like motivating enough for me to actually pre-purchase it or purchase it on just after release? So if you also feel like that, you know, it's I already like there will be people that will totally wait. So we currently don't have that much in-depth information about the elite specializations. So I don't think it's weird if people are like, well, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna pre-purchase it right now. I'm not even gonna purchase it on release, or I'll just wait and see. And I mean, that's a perfectly normal, wise thing to do, I think, especially if you have doubts and don't want to jump in as the new expansion releases. So that is something, you know, we still don't. We have the setting, we have a bit of a plot line, but you know, we still need to get more information about those new elite specs. And I think even for those people that actually are more interested in the gameplay mechanics, in the professions, in the whole battle system thing, in builds, they might still also be like waiting for all the information to be released before actually pre-purchasing it. And overall, you know, we'll take a look at the pre-purchase bonuses later, but you can simply pre-purchase a day before the game drops and still get all the bonuses. So, you know, you don't have to be in a hurry to purchase the game. So another cool screenshot of the environment. So the expansion features. So what will this new expansion bring us? New elite specializations. Elite specializations are back. Influences from members of the Tyrian Alliance bring new ways to play each of our 9 professions. In Guild Wars 2, Visions of Eternity, you'll experience new trait lines, profession mechanics, and healing, utility, and elite skills, adding many new ways to play your characters. From August 20 to 27, we're holding an in-game preview week for you to beta test all of the elite specializations. When that preview arrives, we'll ask you for your feedback to help us take each elite specialization through the polish phase and into launch. All players with a Guild Wars 2 account in good standing may participate in the preview. So yeah, if you are someone that is really into that, definitely check out the beta test and give your feedback, and not like, oh, it sucks, I hate this, this is so stupid, who the fuck, but just give like feedback that actually helps other developers. You don't even have to be like, well, actually, this skill kind of doesn't really mesh well with this skill, and what is the purpose of this build? Or, you have people that have like the spreadsheets, they make the calculations, they know how all these skills kind of like interact with each other. They can give awesome feedback. But even if you are like, well, it plays, even if you don't have that in-depth knowledge but still want to give feedback, please do explain why you think something isn't really working or feeling right, or, So, okay, moving on. We'll be back next week to kick off a series of blogs and live streams to talk about the elite specializations in great detail. Stay tuned. And here we see a new picture of one of the elite specs, the Troubadour, actually, which will be the elite spec for the Mesmer, which is really interesting. Yeah. So, moving on, Skimmer Mastery. At Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity, the Skimmer mount will be featured with new and updated mechanics. Hover, dive, and soar faster than ever before as you explore the dangerous and beautiful environments of Castoran. Yes, so that's what I wanted to see. Hover, dive, and soar faster than ever before. Great. Okay, raids and combat. In 2026, raids and strikes will be unified under the same structure, improving access for new players and streamlining rewards. We're also investing in systems that help facilitate group content, which we'll talk about more in the future. Quite interesting. I'm someone who doesn't do raids and strikes, but maybe if they are unified under the same structure, I might finally take a look at them without feeling a bit scared. And of course, systems to help facilitate group content, which is always good. So I'm very interested in what they have in store. 2 new raid encounters, including challenge modes and legendary mode, will be added in the major updates to Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity next year. In addition, a new Convergence and Fractal with challenge mode will also release in the final expansion update next year, giving players lots of obstacles to tackle and overcome. So I quite like Convergences. Even though I don't like to do raids and strikes, mainly because I don't have a meta build per se, and in a Convergence you have usually like a full squad, and even if I don't want to say, because I think there's a difference between players who just don't care and just try to leech and just, don't even try, and players that do want to try but maybe aren't really great at fighting, or, don't really have like their rotation on point or anything, but still kind of are interested in becoming better, or at least trying to help out during an event. And that's why I kind of like the big meta events and the big Convergences to kind of help out and, stick together and go over the map. Not everyone likes it, but it's an MMO, right? It's great to be with like a whole bunch of players taking down a boss or an event and things. So I think that's one of the stronger points actually of Guild Wars 2. Okay, moving on. So, crabby creature. Could that be like a Convergence maybe? Or I definitely think it's, in this case, it's a story boss, but it will be interesting to see what the fight will be like. Ooh, and legendary treasures. Over the course of the expansion and subsequent content updates, players can pursue 6 new legendary items, 3 new weapons, a ring, an accessory, and the long-requested aqua breather. Oh yeah, so I'm definitely going to craft that aqua breather. I'm not sure about the 3 new weapons yet, which one those will be. I do hope they're going to be underwater weapons, because I do think if they kind of streamline underwater combat a bit more, it would be, like a very well-rounded MMO. But maybe that's still a bit like hopium. But yeah, so I'll definitely be crafting the Aqua Breather. A new homestead. So players who own both Guild Wars 2 Gentile Wilds and Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity will get to unlock a whole new homestead map. You'll also be able to save your decoration layout and freely swap between the Gentiri and Castoran maps with a new layouts feature. We'll share more information about the new homestead and layouts in the coming months. So, interesting. And other rewards. The Wizard's Vault will continue to offer new seasonal rewards for players to earn as they play through the expansion. New relics will bring players more options for their builds and combat capabilities. And of course, you'll also be able to earn new armor, weapons, recipes, emotes, and more. Yeah. Okay, so pre-purchase bonus available now. Pre-purchasing any edition of Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity before the expansion launches at approximately 9 a.m. Pacific Time on October 28th, 2025, goes with 3 rewards: the exclusive Plumed Commodore's hat helm skin, the exclusive Eternal Alchemist title, and a box with your choice of a Chromatic Resin weapon skin. So these weapons, they will be easily obtainable once the the new expansion releases. So you don't really have to worry about that. You will be able to collect them all, but it's a nice touch that you can pick one already. So visit the official store page for full details on the standard, deluxe, and ultimate editions, and you can pre-purchase the expansion through the official store or from the in-game store, Steam, EGS. Oh dear. I'm so bad because I only use Arena, like the official store, and or official retailers. So yeah. Anyway, fashion forward. We have one final feature that will launch in one of the major updates to Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity next year and will be available to all players regardless of expansion ownership: fashion templates. Fashion templates function similarly to build and equipment templates, allowing players to save a template of the aesthetic features for their armor, back item, outfits, and dyes. We'll share more information here in the future about fashion templates and all the other features coming with Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity. You can read more details about the full contents of Guild Wars 2 Visions of Eternity on the product page. It'll be a busy summer as we prepare to set sail for Castoran, so stay tuned for more information. So the post was amended on July 15 with a corrected list of features managed by fashion templates. So, yeah, interesting. And some screenshots, but we'll get there as well. So, very interesting. So, I'm going to skip over to the product page or the official page of the release. Let's take a look at that. So yeah, this is the official page for the release where you can purchase it straight from the ArenaNet website. And of course, we already checked out the reveal trailer, the pre-order bonus, and oh, I truly love the art for Visions of Eternity. And I hope they will make it a wallpaper as well, because I really love it. So some of the environments of the new expansion, some new enemies, and yeah, so let's scroll down. So we've already kind of read through this. It kind of, it's the same information that comes with, that was posted in the blog post. So we also see the elite spec for probably like the Ranger, and new deadly encounters. Oh, and this is the new homestead setting. You can already see kind of the garden plots. And yeah, even though I think Gentile Wilds was really cool with the homestead, and I kind of love that cozy vibe and I do love like the environment of the homestead we got in Gentile Wilds, but I will probably be moving to Castora because it does, like, the beaches are quite nice, and I'm very interested in how we will be decorating the new area. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. And as always, the minimum system requirements. So let's take a look at the Deluxe Edition, or like the standard only has, you know, the expansion. And if you pre-purchase it, so if you pre-purchase the expansion, you can wait until like the final day before the game launches, of the expansion launches on October 28th, and you will still get these pre-purchase exclusive rewards. So don't worry about that yet if you still not sure if you want to pre-purchase the game. So the deluxe version, you will get like the, let's see, you will also get the Castoran Tentacled Skimmer skin. So we'll be taking a look at that later as we go in-game. And an exclusive set of permanent fairy dust gathering tools, a character slot, and an identity repair kit. So you can change your name and also like the look of your character. And the Ultimate Edition, you can get also like 4,000 gems, and that's a steal. That's actually pretty cheap to get those gems. If you want, like, if you swipe once a year, getting this combo for the Ultimate Edition is a perfect moment. So yeah, I'm gonna fire up Guild Wars 2 and let's take a look at the pre-purchase bonuses and things in-game. Okay, so I fired up Guild Wars 2 to showcase some of the goodies you'll get when you pre-purchase or purchase the new expansion, Visions of Eternity. I decided to pre-purchase the Ultimate Edition of the new expansion, which comes with all the goodies in the Deluxe Edition and the gems for a pretty good price. So it's like 4,000 gems, I think. And if you only buy the Standard Edition, you'll get, of course, the new expansion, a new character slot, and a level 80 boost. But if you purchase the digital, the Deluxe Edition, or of course the Ultimate Edition, you'll get some more goodies. But if you pre-purchase, you will always get like the Plumed Commodore's head skin, the Eternal Alchemist title, and a Chromatic Resin weapon skin. So yeah, what better way to showcase some of these goodies is by, you know, using my little Asura, Ada, the Bright, I think. Yeah, I usually don't use her for regular play because she's still level 20. But yeah, as you can see, she already has the Eternal Alchemist title. Quite fitting, I hope. And let's open up the inventory and check out the resin weapon box. So I haven't chose a skin yet, so I can kind of showcase all the weapons. They're not super like amazing. I think they are quite original. Let's just like wielded. Or this is like maybe a bad example. I will use the great sword to show it stowed and wielded, but let's just focus on weapons only. They're not like, wow, super amazing, especially if you have like crafted your legendary weapons. You probably like, for me personally, there are some other weapons that I quite like more, but it's interesting. They're not super duper ugly or something. I can see it work with some fashion. It has the like the seahorse aesthetic. So yeah, interesting. Oh, sorry. So let's like the war horn, because I'm just clicking and maybe it's not really obvious what I've actually been selecting. So this is the war horn. The torch skin. And the sword skin. And the staff. And spear skin. Interesting. So definitely with all the little seahorse decoration. Oh, this is the shield. Quite nice. They're okay. They're suspension. I think, you know, you can make it work. Oh, and the scepter. Oh, that was of course the short bow before. Short bow, scepter, rifle skin, and mace, and our longbow, hammer, great sword. Interesting. Focus. And dagger. Nice. Axe. So yeah, they're not super ugly or anything. Also not super like, oh wow wow, kinda. But yeah, I think you can definitely use them in your fashion game. So let's check the great sword skin and stowed and wielded. Interesting. So interestingly, we do get a spear skin for this, but missing are like the trident and the harpoon gun. So if they are saying we will be able to craft 3 new legendary weapons, I wonder if we'll be able to get, you know, if it's going to be trident and harpoon gun as well, and spear, not a spear, because there aren't any options for those in the selection box for the Chromatic Resin weapon skin. So I'm not sure if they like excluded them because they want the legendary weapons to be a surprise, or that by not having these options for a trident and harpoon gun, that we're actually not even getting those. So yeah, that would be sad because I really love tridents. So that would be, you know, I would probably just go for the legendary aqua breather, because that's definitely a quality of life upgrade for all, especially if you have multiple characters. So yeah, so we took a quick look at these weapon skins from the Chromatic Resin, and you also get like the Plumed Commodore's head skin. So let's check that out. So, oh yeah, well, of course, it's actually colored, but I have it colored, so. Oh yeah, my colors are a bit off. Would I be able to kind of... let's see. Like maybe reset? Let's see. Maybe if I reset the colors of my helmet, I will also get like standard colors. Yeah, exactly. Fun. Oh, and it also comes with the hair, actually. So I'm not sure what to think about that, because it's also kind of long, kind of similar hairstyle for males as well. So yeah, I'm not sure if you can work it in your fashion game, but yeah, it's a nice addition, I guess, if you are into that kind of stuff. So of course, also if you pick up the deluxe version, you get the Castoran Tentacled Skimmer. You can kind of, let's see if you can preview it in the like mounts. Is it already visible? Yeah. So there it is. And of course, well, since we already have it, let's just try it out. So it's very tentacly. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure about it. I think it fits 8 at the bright. They fit well together, but I'm not sure if it will be a mount that I will be using for all my characters. So, as mentioned, you know, you can actually, well, we can actually simply take a look at the masteries for that. Oh crap, I have a level 20 character, so we can't really take a look at the masteries, right? No, they're locked. But yeah, the diving skill for the skimmer is an additional mastery trait line. So I'm very curious what the new, like this new mechanics or skills, abilities can be. So yeah. So let's see if and I am a bit sad that it does move like but it isn't really jellyfishy. You know, it's not really soft and moving. It's quite so. It does make a interesting sound, but oh. Yeah, I wish it was a bit more flexible, more like a true squid. No, well, more, at least more flowy, I think. But yeah. Okay. So yeah, it does feel a bit more like a mount for underwater, right? It feels a bit unnatural to like yeah. So okay. So we've taken a look at the weapon stuff, the Commodore's hat, and the Castoran Tentacled Skimmer. So let's switch over to my main character so I can show you guys the fairy dust gathering tools. And yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm currently with my main, and we're in the Lowland Shores, which is still one of my favorite maps in Jantier Wilds. And I already showcased this character, of course, with Orax, and I wanted to show you the new, let's see, gathering tools. Choo, choo, choo. Oh yeah, wardrobe, and it's the fairy dust harvesting tools, and it's logging tool, and it's so super cute. So I will like demonstrate it in world as well, but in the preview, it's quite cute. And also with these gathering tools, you will get the glyphs as well. So I finally could put some volatile magic, volatile glyphs of fatality glyphs on my my collection boxes in the homestead, because I didn't have those yet, and I just changed the skin of the ones I had equipped on my character to the fairy dust ones. And you might recognize the fairy dust one because it's also a Jadebot skin. And if you also have like the Jadebot miniature, let's see, miniatures are here. As you can see, this is just a regular Jadebot, right? But if you have a special skin for your Jadebot, your mini Jadebot, which is a miniature, you can have it tag along with you in the world. It will change its appearance to the skin you have equipped for your Jadebot. So in this case, I have like the fluttering fairy, so that it matches with the new gathering tools. Yeah, it's a bit much, but I thought it looked really cool. So let's go down, get another glimpse of Orax, if you haven't seen him already, and the wisp, and then some honey flower. This is so cute, right? Okay, so let's see if we can find a tree before logging out, I noticed that this area has an abundance of things we can gather from. Yeah, so some people are like, yeah, I don't really mind which of what my harvesting tools look like as long as they're fast. But it's a very, yeah, I just look at if they are visually pleasing. So they're probably not the fastest gathering tools, but they're very cute. So we already did like, and then let's go up so we can use the pickaxe. Oh. Okay. So yeah, pretty cute. Okay, so I think we've showcased all the little things you can get when you pre-purchase the new expansion. As always, you know, you can find an overview of all the information on like the Guild Wars 2 official page. We already took a look at it. You can check out the purchase page as well. There's also a handy overview of what comes with what edition. So yeah, and so yeah. Okay, so I'll log off and let's wrap up, and then yeah. So just before we wrap things up, I wanted to do a little bonus. I almost forgot, but of course I was really like happy to see the Dark Leviathan of Saida in the announcement trailer of the new expansion, and I thought, you know, let's head out to Istan and check it out. And just, you know, if you also want to have a closer look at the ship and have access to Living World Season 4, Episode 1, Daybreak, you can totally check out Saida's ship in the game right now. And as I was skimmering my way to the ship, I actually noticed this ship, which is also featured in the announcement trailer, and it's actually the Skimming stone, so the Skimming stone, and it's also a point of interest on the map. So this is the Skimming stone, and there's the Dark Leviathan. We'll taking a look at that one later. And the airship, the Wobbling Sky. So from what I remember in Living World Season 4, she has an unnamed airship, and the name is not really mentioned. And I thought she got the airship because of, you know, the commander being taken hostage, and then that was a way to get into the Modern Crescent Great Hall, and especially the dungeon there, or the prison, and you know, to find our allies. But now when I come to think of it, you know, could it be simply that because Saida is a Corsair captain, that it was actually the Wobbling Skies after all, where the airship? And it's so cool that we now actually see the Skimming Stone and the Dark Leviathan en route to Castora. I mean, interesting. So yeah, let's see. It was dawn and now it's day. So let's just use our sky skill to kind of fly up and, you know, just have a look. Let's hide the HUD and kind of, you know. So this ship is also in the trailer, but of course we were here for the Dark Leviathan. And look what beast that ship is, or, you know, boat. It's quite impressive. And, you know, as always, I just recommend, if you have access to this area in the game and wanna take a look at the ship, just go in game and check it out on your own pace, of course. So yeah, interesting. And I really think it's cool that they use these models to, you know, feature in the game or in the next expansion. So yeah, that's a pretty big boat. And I think is that Saida? We'll see. Oh, sorry. I can't really talk to her, but yeah, that's Saida. And as you can see, she definitely isn't wearing her fancy outfit from the trailer. But yeah, so just a quick look at the Dark Leviathan and the Skimming Stone in game. And if you want to check it out as well, just head over to the domain of Istan and to the north. If you are still on the fence when it comes to purchasing the new expansion, don't worry. ArenaNet will be dropping a lot of information in the upcoming months and weeks, probably, yeah, like weeks at least, where they will go over all the elite specializations. So in this case, this week already, we'll be getting a deep dive blog tomorrow and also a video featurette with the first look of the first 3 elite specializations that have been revealed. So I think it was the Troubadour for Mesmer and the Evoker for Elementalist. And oh, there was another one. Oh, I'm so bad these days, because yeah, I'm like, we'll see when it happens. And a third one. Oh, of course, the antiquary. So that's the thief. And you already saw a bit of that in the expansion trailer with like script and money bags, kind of like gold flying everywhere. So that's really cool. I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm glad we'll only have to wait like one more night before we get that information. And of course, we get the live stream on Friday, and that will repeat itself every week. So next week we'll get the next 3 elite specializations with a deep dive blog on Wednesday, with a video featurette and a live stream on Friday. And then the final 3 elite specializations the week after will already be in August by that time. So the deep dive blog, a video featurettes with the first look on Wednesday and a live stream on Friday. And then we can finally kind of try them out ourselves during the open beta in in August the 20th till the 27th. So it's a full week of testing these elite specializations, which is really great. So, you know, I mentioned this before in my previous channel update video. I'm not one that does a lot of speculating about the lore, about the places we'll go, about the implications of this next expansion or the specializations and things. I'm just going to write it out. I'm going to check all the information that will be dropped by ArenaNet in the upcoming weeks, and then I'll just have fun and play it. So I still wanted to share some of my thoughts about, you know, the new expansion. I already pre-purchased it, as you know by now. And yeah, I will see you all at least next month. Then I will definitely open up the vault with some of my favorite Guild Wars 2 collectibles and goodies. And in September, Basil will be back, so we can continue our journey through Teria. And for now, I wish you all like an amazing summer. And of course, a lot of fun with watching all the news dropping about new expansion. And I'll see you all next time.